year. Let's go to 11 and say hello to Tom Abbott.
Thank you, Cara. And the wind is really blowing out there today. They've actually moved the tee forward here at the 11th, so playing 150 yards today. Played 180 the first couple of days.
Sir, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Oh, Jeeno making it look easy. Wonderful. So that's the back-to-back birdies coming off the double.
Yeah, and she nearly did that yesterday, too. She hit it to about a foot on that hole yesterday as well.
Now back over to 11, and Jeeno for the birdie. I feel like, Morgan, there's kind of like a big three in LPGA golf right now. I think Lydia Ko is part of the Nelly Korda, Jeeno Thitikul, big three. And we're kind of seeing that here. I mean, look at that leaderboard. You've got Korda and Thitikul at the top. Lydia's in the mix as well.
That could be exceptionally exciting final 2 days here. We've kind of been waiting for the three of them to also go head-to-head in that sense. Been trading victories over the last couple of years.
Yeah, look at that touch. So Jeeno bounces back after the mistake at the 9th. 2 birdies, and she is at 11 under par.
Okay, up at 12. This is Thitikul with her second at the par 4. Our leader by 2.
Whole location today all the way on the back right of this green, tucked over a knob. Got a little bit unlucky there with that spin. Then downhill, breaking left.
Oh, that looked good. You see Avery McCreary. There are AJGA juniors paired with every group for both the 3rd and 4th rounds of the Mizuho Americas Open this weekend. So she's in for the par, and a good bounce back.
Yeah, could really set her up for a great season. Looks like Jeeno's going to lay this one up. It's just so difficult, even though it's in range for a lot of these players, Morgan.
Well, just being downwind, we've talked about the rain, but it really hasn't softened the greens all that much today. Yesterday they played quite a bit softer, but the wind today has dried them out, so it's downwind. And even for a player like Jeeno, who hits the ball exceptionally high, it's hard to hold it on that very shallow green from that distance.
Good point.
So that was Somi Lee tidying up her par to stay 8 under. We'll go to 13.
Here's a 3rd shot for Jeeno.
We'll see if this conservative play paid off.
And back to 10. A lot of those
Ground. Amazing, really, the views here. It's incredible this piece of land was available to build a golf course, and the Fireman family had the vision to do it. It wasn't easy, I think, in the beginning to get all the permitting and get it all ready to go, but they did it, and now you've got a very special place to play. Jeeno for the birdie.
Guess it did pay off, Tom.
Yeah, playing safe down the right side makes birdie. But I've given her a lot of confidence. It was a great field there as we go to 14.
Speaking of Thitikul, it's her turn to go at the par 3 that's playing just 131 yards today. So the shortest of the week, and to what is a front hole location. Just in the shadows of the Statue of Liberty, just one of the most picturesque places on the golf course this is.
It really is one of the coolest shots in the game of golf. It's the type of hole where everybody who comes through here takes a picture on that tee box during normal play. Keeps the golf ball down and who really hangs tough. We've seen quite a few birdies. There's been some tremendous play already today, but the golf course is not the same that these players saw in round one, that's for sure.
Well, in round one, Jeeno Thitikul went round in 64 strokes. That was 9 worse yesterday with a 73, but I think today she nearly drains that long one for birdie. It's just proof of her talent, how she is bouncing back from what was a really difficult second round. She's 5 under par on her day today.
I think when you have a difficult round in those conditions like yesterday, you kind of shrug it off. It was a hard day for everybody, and yes, it wasn't her best stuff, but really, I mean, look at that double bogey there on 9, really the only blemish.
Miami Globe. Now, Jeeno.
That'll be a tricky putt there. Up and over a spine on the backside of this green. Even one of the few to find the putting surface still leaves a lengthy putt.
She's just 2 back.
Over at the 15th, Jeeno putting from long range here for birdie.
I'm interested how much break she's going to play here, Tom. It's almost the type of putt, the more higher you play it, the more it's going to break. There,
Yeah.
Good look at that ridge.
Yeah, there are sort of 3 sections to the screen. I mean, you could say there are 4 sections. There were 2 in the middle, split down the middle. Certainly, you got that front portion where they've had the flag earlier in the week, and then this back portion, which is very difficult to find, especially, look at the flag stick there. And it's protected slightly around the screen by the mounding. So when you're back in the fairway, it really is gusting. Tough to get it into the correct portion of the green. And yeah, not quite enough pace to guarantee the 4 for Thitikul. She'll have that to stay at 12 under. This par 4 was actually playing harder than 2 par at the 15th. Stayed 2 ahead. And the world number 2, the world number 1 in the mix. And we're in for quite a fascinating Sunday, I think, at the Mizuho Americas Open, if this leaderboard stays this way. But Jeeno has a chance, if she can make a couple of birdies coming in, put a bit of distance between herself and the chasing pack going into tomorrow. Oh, quick signature. Jeeno. We'll see how she handles it when we come back, battling with Thitikul, top of the leaderboard.
Now, Jeeno has been waved up after watching Yelimi hole out for eagle at the drivable par 4 today.
Definitely has all the firepower in the world to get there. No need for a driver. We'll be in a very similar spot to where we just saw Yelimi hole out from. Maybe a good visual there.
Yeah, good look into the front right hole location at this short hole today. Definitely this week, as Lady Liberty is striking vision. Let's go back to 16. So this is where Thitikul left her drive. Morgan, let's see what she can do with it.
Yeah, it looks like she's going the lower route than what we just saw from Yelimi. No, choking well up on it, ball back in her stance, opting to bump it into the ridge. Just barely gets it to creep over that hill. Not a bad effort. Here you see 2 very different ways to play the same shot. Similar results.
Gives her a good look at birdie, playing the 3rd easiest hole in this 3rd round today. Set as she made the turn after bogeying 8 and 9, and it's really paid off. But here's Thitikul to climb out in front by 2 once again, and she does. So that was short-lived for Nelly. Look at this back 9 that Thitikul.
This is the tee at the 17th, the player at the top of the leaderboard, Jeeno Thitikul. bunkers to avoid off the tee here. Have aim at one of those flags on the left side of that Mizuho employee pavilion.
She's there on the green in one at the par 4. Back to 17.
Yeah, ball slightly below the feet for Jeeno.
The tendency from this lie, Tom, would be for it to go to the right with a shorter club like she has in her hand, but then the rough could potentially grab the hosel of the club and shut it down a little bit. So have to be really strong with your hands through that shot.
Yeah, has done it. So she's hit 12 of 17 greens and she's 6 under par for the day.
Keeps grinding away.
Let's go to 17.
Yeah, Jeeno's got this for birdie. And Jeeno's just been on such a great run for what, 9 months now or so. Just seems like every week she's there or thereabouts, and even when she has an off week, she's top 15. It has been really impressive from the world number 2. She's creeping towards Nelly Korda at the top of the world rankings.
She just doesn't really have any weaknesses, Tom. She's a tremendous golf swing, wonderful iron player. Said that she's been frustrated with her putting, and yet she's first on tour in putts per green in regulation. Playing this just left to right.
Trying, yeah. Missed the cut at the Amundi Evian Championship in July last year. Since then, she's only finished outside of the top 20 once.
Arrived at the final hole at Liberty National Golf Club. Jeeno Thitikul leading by 2 with 1 to play.
Beautiful view of the skyline here from the tee, but also look at that flag in the distance. Wind heavy off the left. It's not a bad starting line there, that American flag off in the distance, the right of the 2 that you might be able to see on your screen. Started up the left, let it fade towards the center. This starting quite a bit more right than that. She's anxiously watching this. Can't quite tell if that caught the bunker or not.
Zialimino did make a par up ahead, so she got in with a 5 under 67 today, and she's at 11 under through 3 rounds. Now Thitikul with a tricky stance from the fairway bunker.
It looks like she's aiming well left, trying to get some height here. Hit a cut. What a shot. That is one of the greatest shots you are ever going to see from that bunker. That was, wow.
She is just such a talent. Whenever she's questioned, she seems to respond, oh.
Judging by that reaction, that's not exactly where she was aiming, but the wind.
Conditions that we've really had the last 2 days at Liberty National Golf Club. But it is Jeeno Thitikul who leads right now. Tom Abbott was speaking a moment ago about her consistency. You go back to August of last year, she's had 13 straight top 12s or better up until April of this year. And that streak snapped at the Chevron Championship. She finished tied 24th. And she is always there or thereabouts, Morgan. Her game seems to suit almost any golf course.
It does suit any golf course. She hits it long, she hits it high, but then has the ability to hit those finesse shots, move the ball both ways. I mean, look at that shot she just hit out of that bunker. You could take a whole bucket of range balls down in that spot and not hit a better shot than that on what is one of the hardest holes on this golf course. Even when she does hit a poor shot, able to recover. And just, I think even it's the intangible, Cara. It's her mental state. She is very relaxed out on the golf course, always seems to be enjoying herself, never looks too uptight, even when she does hit a poor shot. I mean, think about the 9th hole, double bogey on the 9th today, hit it in the penalty area. and then has had 5 birdies since then, so able to flip the switch.
Well, speaking of flipping the switch, look at the difference from yesterday to today. She was 1 over par with that 73 yesterday. She's 7 under par on her round today. You take a look at the difference in the 9. She played the front 9 at 5 strokes better than she did yesterday, and 6 strokes better on the par 4s. She's now 22 years of age, but she's been a talent, if you follow the game of golf, that people have been aware of for years and years. She won the Ladies European Thailand Championship in 2017 and 2019, both times as an amateur. Well, we're back at 18, and we showed you Jeeno Thitikul's incredible play out of the fairway bunker at the closing hole. And it's given her a look at what would be a 3rd consecutive closing birdie. Oh, couldn't get that one to go, so she'll look to finish at 4 of last season. She also became the 2nd winningest player from Thailand, following Arya Jutanyagan, who has 12 wins in her LPGA career. So, and we take a look at Thitikul now, looking to put the finishing touches on an incredible round of golf today. This would be for a final round 65.
In these conditions, Cara, that is just a special round of golf, and including that double in the middle.
Yeah, let's not forget, she slipped up at the 9th, but she set a tour record for earnings thanks to winning this.
A wonderful day today, Jeeno. In tough conditions, you shoot a round of 65 with a double bogey on the card. How does this rank in terms of the way that you've played over the last, what, 8 or 9 months or so?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how crazy I am playing out there without this, you know, strongest win ever on this course. I mean, I trying to, like, the strategies for today, I just trying to keep it on the fairway and then on the green, because, you know, it's gonna be a really, like, I know it's gonna be a really tough day, and then I have to be patient out there. So I don't know how I did that, but, like, I take it.
You did it pretty well. How much did it help having a week off last week to reset ahead of this week?
It's helped a lot, because after Chevron, when I didn't hold any putts at all, my brain got, like, frustrated and also, like, burn out with the putting. I have tried so hard in the weekend of Chevron. But, you know, having, like, last week as a week off kind of confirmed that all my stroke is good, but except just, you know, the line and the speed wasn't matching. But, like, have some week off, go have some fun doing things, not just golf, which is good.
And you've got a pretty quick turnaround ahead of tomorrow. We're going to play a little bit earlier in the day. How do you come into tomorrow? What's going to be your mindset going up against some of the best players in the world, obviously, like yourself?
Yeah, I think I still, like, gonna be, like, do what I'm doing out there, because I know that, you know, like, golf taught me to be patient, and golf taught me, like, if you hit a good shot, it wasn't gonna mean, like, you're gonna have a good putts or, you know, not close to the hole at all. It just depends on the matter of the timing, you know, the wind, sometimes it's pick up, sometimes it's not. And then I think just keep, you know, doing good and good in every shot. If the result it's turned out to be good or bad, it just accept it.
Whatever you're doing is working. We're looking forward to watching tomorrow. Thanks, Jeeno.
Thank you.
It really is, said she. And relax a little bit after putting together a beautiful 3rd round 65. She's meeting and signing the autographs for all the fans.